Beneath the facade of society's calm lurks a sinister underbelly, a place where heinous acts are committed by the hands of those we least suspect. In the pages of history, certain names stand out, not for their contributions to humanity, but for their chilling disregard for it. Their actions, a dark testament to the depths of depravity that the human mind can sink. These are the serial killers, perpetrators of continued violence, their crimes leaving an indelible mark on society. Our journey into this grim past begins with a man named H.H. Holmes, widely recognized as America's first serial killer. Born as Herman Webster Mudgett, he adopted the alias Dr. Henry Howard Holmes in a bid to hide his nefarious activities. His reign of terror coincided with the Chicago World's Fair of 1893, a time of celebration and optimism that he turned into a nightmare for many. Holmes is perhaps best known for his infamous Murder Castle, a three-story building designed with a singular, horrifying purpose. Its labyrinthine layout, filled with trapdoors, secret passages, and rooms that were soundproof and gasproof, made it the perfect hunting ground for Holmes. Here, he would lure unsuspecting victims, often young women drawn to the city by the fair, only to meet a dreadful end at his hands. His tactics were as terrifying as they were cunning. He would often befriend his victims, gaining their trust before leading them into his deadly trap. His ability to blend into society, to appear as just another friendly face in the crowd, made him all the more dangerous. The exact number of his victims remains unknown, a chilling reminder of the darkness he embodied. As we delve deeper into the annals of crime, we'll encounter many such figures, each leaving behind a trail of fear and destruction. Yet it is important to remember the victims, their lives cut short in the most tragic of circumstances. Their stories serve as a stark warning, a reminder of the monsters that can hide in plain sight. As the 19th century drew to a close, another shadowy figure emerged on the foggy streets of London. Across the pond, in the dimly lit streets of Whitechapel, a specter named Jack the Ripper was on the loose. Thus begins our journey into the reign of one of history's most infamous serial killers. Jack the Ripper, a name that still sends shivers down the spine, over a century after his reign of terror. In the late 19th century, the Ripper held sway over the East End of London, his brutal crimes casting a pall of fear over the bustling city. His victims, all women, were primarily from the impoverished districts, their lives brutally cut short in the dead of night. The Ripper's modus operandi was particularly gruesome, with victims often found horrifically mutilated, a chilling testament to the killer's savage brutality. The most chilling aspect of Jack the Ripper's reign, however, was not his gruesome methods, but his elusive identity. Despite the best efforts of Scotland Yard, the true identity of the Ripper remains a mystery to this day. This enigma has fueled countless theories, from the plausible to the downright bizarre, but none have definitively unmasked this phantom of the night. The Ripper's reign marked a turning point in the public consciousness. The press, in its nascent stages, played a significant role in inflaming the public's fear and fascination. The Ripper was not merely a killer, he was a media phenomenon, his shadowy presence a morbid fascination for the Victorian public. The reign of Jack the Ripper was a dark chapter in the annals of crime, but it was also a catalyst. His crimes highlighted the stark social inequalities of Victorian England and the desperate plight of its most vulnerable citizens. His reign of terror forced society to confront the monsters lurking in its midst, prompting significant reforms in policing and public safety. As the Ripper's reign ended, the 20th century ushered in a new breed of predators. The darkness did not end with Jack the Ripper. It merely evolved, as society grappled with the horrifying reality of the serial killer. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this unending abyss. With the advent of the 20th century, the world saw the rise of some of its most notorious killers. This was an era that bore witness to the atrocities of men like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and the elusive Zodiac Killer. Their names became synonymous with a twisted kind of infamy, etched into the annals of criminal history. Ted Bundy, the charming sociopath, used his charisma and good looks to lure unsuspecting women into his destructive path. As he crisscrossed across the United States, he left a chilling trail of violence and death. His heinous acts not only shattered the lives of his victims, but also sent shockwaves through a society that was still coming to terms with such brutal manifestations of evil. Parallelly, the clown killer, John Wayne Gacy, was unfolding another chapter of horror. Gacy, a popular figure in his community and a performer at children's parties, hid a terrifying secret behind his painted smile. The discovery of 26 bodies beneath his house revealed a chilling reality that was hard to comprehend. Gacy's double life shook the nation, and his case became a gruesome reminder of the monsters that could lurk beneath the veneer of normalcy. And then there was the Zodiac Killer, a cipher-obsessed murderer who taunted the police and the public with coded messages. His killings were random, his motives unclear, and his identity remains a mystery to this day. The fear he instilled with his cryptic letters and audacious crimes marked a shift in the public consciousness, adding to the growing fear and fascination with serial killers that defined the latter part of the 20th century. The heinous acts of these individuals not only changed the lives of their victims, but also left an indelible mark on society. Their chilling tactics, the fear they instilled, and the impact they had on society are still felt and studied today. Even as these infamous names faded into the annals of history, the new millennium was not spared. The dawn of the new millennium did not extinguish the darkness. Instead, it gave birth to a new generation of monsters. In this age of technology and enlightenment, it's chilling to acknowledge that the shadow of serial killers has not diminished. Consider Gary Ridgway, better known as the Green River Killer. This man confessed to a staggering 49 murders, though the actual number is believed to be much higher. He exploited the vulnerability of sex workers in the Seattle area throughout the 80s and 90s, leaving a trail of horror that only came to light in the early days of the new millennium. Then there are the lesser-known predators of our time, like Israel Keyes. A meticulous and methodical murderer, Keyes would plan his killings with chilling precision. He traveled across the country, burying kill kits in various locations, each containing the tools he would later use to commit his heinous acts. His victims were chosen at random, making his crimes incredibly difficult for authorities to link and solve. The advent of modern technology has played a dual role in this grim narrative. On one hand, it has provided these monsters with new tools to stalk their prey, making their activities more covert and their patterns less predictable. On the other hand, it has also equipped law enforcement with unprecedented resources for tracking and apprehending these criminals. DNA profiling, for instance, played a crucial role in unmasking the Green River Killer. Advanced surveillance systems, internet activity tracking, and even the ubiquity of mobile phones have all been instrumental in capturing these predators. Yet, despite these advances, the fact remains that the new millennium has seen its share of darkness. The existence of serial killers in our midst is a stark reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink. The relentless march of time has proven that no era is immune to the emergence of these human predators. The annals of crime history are a testament to the unending abyss of human depravity. From the dark corners of the Victorian era, marked by the terror sown by Jack the Ripper, to the dawn of the 20th century where H.H. Holmes lurked, the monstrous cavalcade of serial killers has continued unabated into our modern times. We've journeyed together through time, tracing the footprints left by these infamous figures, each one a stark reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human soul. The question that lingers, as chilling as the acts themselves, is why? Why does this unending abyss exist? And how can we navigate it to prevent such horrors from repeating? Societal factors often play a significant role. These brutal acts often mirror the darkest aspects of the societies they emerge from. Economic disparity, social disenfranchisement, the devaluation of human life, these are but a few of the social ills that can breed such unthinkable acts of violence. Yet it's not always about society. Sometimes it's about the individual. The twisted psyche of a single person, their distorted perceptions and desires, can lead to a path of destruction. Understanding these psychological underpinnings is crucial in our ongoing battle against such atrocities. But it's not all darkness. As we've delved into this abyss, we've also seen the light of human resilience and perseverance. The tireless efforts of law enforcement, the relentless pursuit of justice by the victims' families, the advancements in forensic science, and the increasing awareness about mental health, all contribute towards a beacon of hope in the face of this enduring darkness. As we stand on the precipice of this unending abyss, we're reminded of the importance of vigilance and understanding. Each case we've discussed, each life lost, underscores the need to continue our exploration of the human psyche and our society. As we delve deeper into the human psyche, we can only hope to shed light on these shadows, to better understand, and perhaps one day, break the cycle of this chilling aspect of human behavior.